Good morning, it's Christine Crutcher from Create with Christine. Thanks so much for tuning in today, whether you are going to join me here live in a minute or catch the replay on Facebook or YouTube. So I have a really cute, simple card for you today, and let me show you some of the products that I am featuring. I am featuring the Good Feelings stamp set. So this is a cling red rubber stamp set from the 2022-2023 annual catalog. 6 stamps. You will find it on page 18. And let me show you very quickly. I am in the new annual catalog. So right on page 18, I just want to point out at the bottom, because this stamp set coordinates with the Fabulous Frames dies. And you'll see a little note at the bottom of that page to let you know. Sorry, it's a little blurry, but there we go. Okay, so the other products I am featuring, I want to show you visually before I point the camera down. I just think it might look a little bit nicer here. I'm featuring the Tea Boutique cards and envelopes. So they are in the 5 in colors. So, whoops, let me fix that really quick. So here they are: Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, and Parakeet Party. I'm going to actually make the Parakeet Party with you today. So the cards actually, this is the front. So it's printed on the front and white on the back and then white on the inside. And then they have these really pretty envelopes that coordinate. So just to show you, because in the catalog, it's like, you know, some of the pictures just don't do it justice, the products. So pretty, pretty, pretty. This is the flap, obviously. And good morning, Janine. Thanks for being here. So I'm going to feature the Parakeet Party, and I'll show you. I did the other ones already, but I'm using the In Color Designer Series paper, the 2022 to 2024. It's good for 2 years. So here's there's 4 patterns, you know, let's start fresh. There's 40 sheets in the 5 in colors, so you get 8 of each color. And then I just want to show you the front and the back. So it's kind of like a little hexagon. And sorry, if you watched my in color video about the joining my team in May, some of the products I'm using are a repeat, so I'll try not to hash everything verbatim. But you're planning to use those for some thank you notes. Oh, this is perfect. Actually, there is a thank you in that stamp set, Good Feelings. So let me show you the cards really quick. I did the 4 in colors so far. And this was actually based on a swap from my friend Linda in Florida. I got a swap from her. Let me just show you really quick before I point the camera down, and I'll show it at the end too. So here was her swap, and she used all 5 colors on the greeting, on the sentiment. So I said, I need to do this with the In Color Designer Series paper and the teacup. I'm going to call them teacup, but it's Tea Boutique. So, and then of course I'm using my favorite dies, which are the scalloped contours for the labels. But if you don't have a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or don't have these dies, you could totally use a rectangle. So let me point the camera down and we'll jump right in this morning. So I hope you're having a great week. I'm going to put the stamp set there. I appreciate you being here. My God, it was 90 degrees yesterday, and today so far it's about 72 and so incredibly muggy in my craft room. So I had the window open, but of course I had to shut it to do this, so I'm not distracted so much. But here's a look at the cards. So it's the same measurements, just each of these Tea Boutique cards has a different design. So what I did is I tried to pair up the design kind of with a contrasting In Color Designer Series paper. And then of course the stamp is exactly the same on all of them. So, and I'm using markers, and I really don't use my markers all that much. So this is probably going to be a super quick video. I kind of am right now drawn to like using minimal supplies. So, and I am doing some mixing and matching within the new annual catalog, but I seem to be kind of focused more on, you know, a couple colors or just the ink colors. I wanted to use the designer series paper because, of course, it's free if you join my team in May. So I'm like trying to focus on my pick of the week this week is going to be the ink color designer series paper, because it's 5 beautiful fresh colors and we have them for 2 years, and of course you can get it free when you join my team. So I am actually also featuring the ink color markers. You heard me say markers, and I don't use markers that much. I use them on my red rubber or cling stamps. So, and I tend to gravitate lately towards more photopolymer stamps. So I'm really excited that I have this stamp set and of course the swap. So I'm totally casing this idea from the swap. So thank you, Linda, if you're watching. So what I did is, well, let me just look at her card really quick. I just went in order of the colors she did. So I'm going to go Tahitian Tide first, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, Tahitian Tide, and Orchid Oasis. Okay, so I'm lining up my markers in that order. And there's really no right or wrong way to do this. The biggest tip I have with using the Stampin' Write markers is you want to go over what you're coloring twice. And that's a tip from years ago from my friend Joanne, who lives nearby to me. So, and then of course when I'm using markers, I use the brush tip. So just look at your marker. There's like a little tiny, kind of like more like pen side, skinny side. I want to use the brush or like larger side. So I'm just gonna start and make sure I'm on the right spot of my stamp. So this is, the top is sending, so it's an SE. So I'm just gonna pick that to start, and you can either go all the way down, and like I said, there's really no right or wrong way to do this. I just picked either the first or second letter, and I'm just gonna try to go over. I try to keep my marker on its side because I don't want to ruin the tip of my marker. These are so brand new. Okay, so that's Tahitian Tide. And then I'm gonna go on to Starry Sky. Now, Starry Sky is darker than Tahitian Tide, so if I go over a little bit, it's really not gonna be an issue. And the sending has this like huge swirly part of it, so I'm gonna do all that in the darker. So pretty much you just want to pick like a letter or two and commit and try to keep your marker on its side, and I'm just gonna go. And then I might just say, oh, I'm gonna do a little more. Maybe I'll do the I and feelings. The sentiment is sending sunshine and good feelings your way. I feel like everybody I know can use this card right now. So I'll have 5 I can mail out tomorrow. Okay. So I'm done with my Starry Sky. Now I'm gonna go to Sweet Sorbet. And now the sending, I'm kind of like running out of some room here. So I'm maybe just gonna do like, I don't know. I have to be careful because I wanna leave room for my other colors. And if I mix a little bit, that's okay. Maybe I'll do like half of the M. But like I said, if you did a couple of these, they might all be a little bit different. Mine were all a little bit tiny different, so. Okay, and then Parakeet Party. Such a fun name. And you could totally do more Starry Sky, more Sweet Sorbet, then Parakeet Party. But this is like super fun. To me, it's like super therapeutic coloring, even though I'm just coloring a stamp. And then I'm gonna finish with Orchid Oasis. So I'm just gonna get kind of the swoosh and the sending. And this stamp has got all these kind of curly cues because it's cursive. So I'm just going to come back, like I said, and go over it one more time to make sure I pretty much have all those little swooshes. And you can kind of go in a circular motion. And then, since this is my stamp set and I'm the only one that's used it so far, I am going to huff on it. So I'm going to put my scallop. I cut this out with my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, basic white. It is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So if you don't have this die, scallop contours, you can totally use a rectangle here. So I'm just going to bring this up and huff on it. And then I am just going to commit and straight down on my die, and there we have it. So super cute, and it might not be totally perfect because I did color this with markers in 5 different colors, but I think that's kind of what makes it fun and a little bit whimsical as well. And then let me just show you, like, these cards went together so fast. So this is the Parakeet Party one, and I suppose you could do it this way. It would work either way. So what I did is I kind of just lined this up in about the middle, and I wanted to off-center my my strip of designer series paper. So this is 1 by 5.5, and I'm just gonna throw this on. I'm gonna throw my take your pick stuff around. Nope. Throw this on with a little bit of liquid glue. And I'm just gonna like eyeball at this point. You could line up or use a mat to line up perfectly, but I just off-centered it, so then when I put this die on top, it just won't be so in the center. Just off-center, yeah. Wow, I can't think of the right word, so you know what I mean by looking at it visually. So, and I tried to pick the designer series papers that kind of, you know, contrasted with what I have for the design in the cards. I just put that on with a little bit of CO+, and then I had a hard time deciding what to do for an embellishment, but, ooh, I'm throwing my CO+ around. Linda's cards use 2 different embellishments. So she used like the brush brass butterflies, and then she used some of the pearls. So I decided to just take the the dotted eyes, and I just decided to pick my trusty basic rhinestones. So I'm just gonna take 3 and put them on the eyes. And these are just super simple. I can pop these in the mail tomorrow to 5 of my friends or family to just say I am thinking about you and sending good vibes their way. So I actually do love this stamp set. I'm going to feature the stamp set again this week in my Casing Tuesday project. So make sure to hop over on Tuesday, which will be May 17th, 2022, onto my blog at christinestamps.blogspot.com to check out my Casing Tuesday card. But here are all 5 cards. So Parakeet Party, here's the Orchid Oasis one, and the Sweet Sorbet, Starry Sky, and Tahitian Tide. The Tahitian Tide's a little bit busy. I actually wanted to use all 4 of the patterns. So you can kind of see I used the hexagon and the designer series paper. I used the plaid, let me do it this way, the plaid in the designer series paper, the floral in the designer series paper, and the stripe and the designer series paper. So the Tahitian tied one is a little bit busy with the floral kind of pattern on the, I guess those are like dots on the dots. So that's my project for today. Let me just make 2 quick announcements before I sign off. Hey, good morning, Amy. Thanks for being here. So you might have to go back and watch some of the replay if you just popped on. So super simple card today, but I just want to make 2 quick announcements as I am going to release another 8x8 home decor class to go this week. So if you're not on my mailing list, I'll put a link below to this video to join my mailing list to get the details on that. And then I just wanted to mention again, I did a totally separate video on joining my team in May. So if you have a big ticket item or you have a very long wish list from the new 2022-2023 annual catalog, you want to make sure to check out that video, and you can get a $125 shopping spree for $99 plus $66.50 and free in-color products, a free paper pumpkin, free shipping, did I mention that? And that deal does go until May 31st, 2022. So if you want to take advantage of that special shopping spree, make sure to shoot me a message and we can set up time to chat one-to-one. So that's pretty much it. I just also want to say thank you for your notes and your messages about my mother-in-law. She is doing well, stable. She is having some therapy. She's inpatient at a rehab facility in beautiful Cape Cod. She is in a beautiful place. It's brand new in Falmouth if you're familiar with Cape Cod. So thank you for your messages. She is doing well. And that's it. I might have to change some of my lives coming up in the next couple weeks, but I will make sure to let you know if I'm going to change the times. So have a wonderful week, everybody.